A year ago, they made it all the way to that championship game, but came up just short. This season, the goal is the same: get back to the Arena Bowl, but to win it this time. This past weekend, they took that first big step towards achieving that mission. Welcome to the Soul Insider. It's the Soul Insider, brought to you by our main sponsor, Foods Galore, and we shoot it every week here at the Parx Casino inside Chickies and Pete's restaurant. It's another great crowd out here to see the division champion Philadelphia Soul. Welcome again. I'm Lou Tilley, your host. What a great week it was for the Philadelphia Soul on the road again, where they continue to be road warriors, winning 6 out of 7 this year, but this week winning a game that clinches the division championship. It was a revenge opportunity for the Soul, and it was sweet. But nothing sweeter than the passing arm of Dan Rotteball, on fire with completion after completion. And that set up the Soul's first score when Derek Ross hit the end zone for the 100th time in his 3-year AFL record-breaking career. But it was Rotteball on a roll, and finding a new prime target in Andre Thurman, who snared 3 touchdowns after grabbing just 7 all year. Rotteball would hit his first 18 passes and didn't miss one until 21 seconds were left in the first half, and followed that with this, a touchdown to Ryan McDaniel. 42-30 Soul at the break. The second half was more of the same, as Rotteball would finish one of the best nights in arena football history, completing 25 out of 28 passes for 285 yards, 6 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Still, Cleveland was getting close when the Soul came up with a huge play on defense. Calvin Fance got through to the quarterback to force a fumble, recovered by linebacker Joe Gooseby. 66-57, the Soul win again and move to 9-5 on the season, and they clinch their division title and a home field game in the playoffs. Next up is a home game with Chicago, and a win would give the Soul a tie with Jacksonville for the best record in the conference. Dan was the man in this game and was this close to maybe the greatest passing performance in AFL history. Ironically, that belongs to his coach. Clint Dolezel, the coach of the Soul, will be here, along with Andre Thurman, who had a terrific game in this win at Cleveland, and Brian Robinson from the Soul defense, all ahead on the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore. The Soul Insider is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer, by Walgreens Pharmacy at the corner of Happy and Healthy. Stop pain. Stop pain. Exactly what it does. Bud Light. Enjoy an ice-cold Bud Light. Here we go. And Executive Auto Body, presenting sponsor of the Philadelphia Soul No Fan Left Behind program.
Scott, he's doing a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chickie and Pete's as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Bradford White Water Heaters, American made, American owned, built to be the best. Why would you buy any other brand? Visit bradfordwhite.com to find a contractor near you.
Here's the Colonial Marble rock-solid player of the game.
On to his right, the Soul wearing their white uniforms. Pass over the middle, caught by Tiger Jones. Leads the league in receiving yardage, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds shy of him. Larache Jackson was sticking to him all night long. Now here's a swing pass on to the left, and a big hit late on. That's the first guy I thought of was Kurt Warner. You have to be snap on these decisions, and somebody's got to make a tackle. You got to touch it. Well, there's the high-flying action here to get a Wilkins tackle right there. Now here's Roundabout into the end zone for a touchdown for Philadelphia.
Wow, one of the greatest all-time passing performances in arena football history. Welcome back to the Solo Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore with head coach Clint Dolezel. We mentioned going to the break that you're right at the top of the pack when it comes to all-time great passing performances in the AFL percentage-wise. Dan's didn't actually qualify, right, because he had to get 30 pass attempts.
I don't even know. I used to be 20. If you had 20 pass attempts, they counted in there in the records now. I guess there's so many passing records they've had to bump it up some, but I don't care what it is. It was a good performance by Dan.
When you're on the sidelines involved in the the development of the game, are you aware sometimes when a guy's having an exceptional game like that?
You don't even think about it, honestly. You don't think about it when you're playing. You don't think about it when you're coaching either. You're just going along, plugging along, next series, next drive, next play, those type things. And next thing you know, they start adding up, and somebody tells you you're 17 for 17, and you're like, wow, hopefully nobody tells you. That's the hope. It's kind of like pitching a no-hitter. Just leave him alone, let him go play.
Were you aware of it? Because he was 18 for 18 before the incompletion.
Not at all. I had no clue, and he actually said something to me about it, so somebody must have said something to him about it. Well, they better have. He better not know his own stats. So,
right.
Yeah, somebody said something to him, and he kind of brought it to attention. I said, nah, I had no idea. We're just kind of, plodding along.
No, we didn't do the game. I wasn't out there for the game. The 19th pass, was it a bad miss or was it almost on the money? Because he came right back with a touchdown, McDaniel.
There weren't many bad misses. There
was only 3.
The few we had were, the crazy thing is they were catchable balls or, touchdown type balls that we could have performed. It wasn't something the defense actually took away. We just kind of missed them. So the performance for a 100% game was there, for the taking.
We've said now the last couple of times on the week you go out to Pittsburgh and wallop them, and they had upset you here at the Wells Fargo Center. This was another get-even game against Cleveland. The guys aware of that when they took the field?
Oh, yeah. No question, which is not a bad thing. You don't want to lose, but there's always some incentive if you're going to play them again the next time. So, we definitely had that. We've been playing well on the road, all year long, so we felt confident going into it. Obviously, with the way we've been playing, we felt pretty confident going in there. And I wasn't our best performance, but, anytime you can get a win, we'll take it.
Go back to that game against Arizona, and there you are again, the team that beat you in Arena Bowl last year, and you had them at the Wells Fargo Center. Let it slip away. Could have gone one of two ways. Could have become a season of maybe, waffling around 500, but instead you've really taken off since then, Clint. What's happened?
I think that game pushed us over the top. It really did. You're right, though. You could go either way, and that's a sign of, good players, and good organization as far as, where you're going to push your team. They stepped up. They know we had Arizona. We had them 15 points, 3 minutes to go, and some things didn't go our way to win it, but we felt good about ourselves, even though it's a loss going into the next week and these weeks coming up. So we're feeling pretty good right now.
We didn't talk about it so much in the highlights this week because we're kind of getting used to it, Clint, but for the third straight week, Derek Ross went about 40 yards or more. He's got 160 yards in the last 3 games combined, and in the Arena League, that's outstanding rushing the football.
It is. That's a credit to how great a running back he is. People just don't realize how good he is, and I can't say anything without the offensive line. We've got one of the best pass protection teams and run blocking teams in the league, and he makes us great. That's no question. On the offensive side, he makes it my job a lot easier as far as calling plays. You can't just pin your ears back and go get Dan at the quarterback position because you never know when we're going to give the ball to Ross or run a screen to him for that matter.
Yeah,
so
very fast.
He's very dangerous out of the backfield.
Carvalho at center, Christian Jones and Christian Johnson
yep.
and James Jones, the big tight end.
Correct.
They get a lot of credit there. Also now I'm seeing in the last few weeks, you're starting to develop other threats, legitimate threats at wide receiver besides Tiger Jones. First it was Ryan McDaniel, and this week our next guest, Andre Thurman, really stood up.
It's pick your poison. It really is in arena football. It's if the offense fits, or the receivers fit the offense, they're going to do well. This was Thurman's week. Obviously, besides the receiving part of it, he had a return for a touchdown off the net. We had to step up there and
55 yards, yeah.
It was great. Thurman's been with me before. He played for me. He was my receiver when I played. I know what he could do. I knew what he could do. Yeah, he actually played Z receiver for a two-way days in Dallas with me. So he's a great football player. He's been on many teams, championship teams, so he's been there, done that. So it's no big deal to him.
Congratulations for wrapping up the division. I know it's been a fun week for you too, because your wife and daughter have been with you here in Philadelphia, right?
It's been great.
How those Southern Texans, how they like in Philadelphia at home style?
They love it. It's totally different than being down south. And my wife loves to see everything. She's kind of a nomad. She's seen a lot of places over the years since football's been going on.
Nice. Clint Dolezel wrapping up the division championship this week, guaranteeing at least one home playoff game. Now they try to overtake Jacksonville. We'll tell you about that more. When we come back, one of the big stars we were just talking about on offense at wide receiver for Clint Dolezel's offense. The Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore, continues right after this.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
Colonial Marble and Granite. Quality, selection, service, and price. We're the nation's leading fabricator. We buy direct, saving you money. Offering thousands of choices and hundreds of colors. All on site in our one-of-a-kind indoor slab yard. Colonial Marble and Granite. The original home of the $19.99 special. Get your new granite countertop for just $19.99. Fully installed. Stop by our King of Prussia Super Showroom and see how easy, affordable, and beautiful your countertops can be. Visit us online at colonialmarble.net.
Bernie Robbins Jewelers in Radnor, Newtown, Marlton, Summers Point, and the Borgata.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
It's the Hyundai Drive Your Way Drive of the Game.
Years and receptions with 8 last week. On the return, Andre Thurman for Philadelphia to the 10 to the 15, still on his feet, 20-yard line, 25, red line, 20, 15 up the left sideline, and he's into the end zone for 6. A kickoff return for a touchdown. Andre Thurman all the way down the field up that left sideline. He was sidestepping tacklers all the way.
Hyundai drive of the game didn't take long. Probably a matter of seconds. 55 yards on the touchdown return for Andre Thurman. And he's our special guest here on the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore. Great game. Best game of the year.
Thank you.
I didn't realize that you've been around the league for a while and had actually played with Coach Dolezel when he was still throwing the ball for Dallas.
I did. I spent some time out in Dallas in 07, 08. I had a chance to actually learn the offense, actually learn the whole entire arena game with Clint. Clint's a guru. He's the GOAT. He's the greatest to ever do it. 2 years of play with him, I had a great chance to learn the whole offense, and I think he's helped me over the years, and especially this year with the offense as well.
What's your role this year with, maybe the best wide receiver in the league in Tiger Jones and Ryan McDaniel, maybe the Rookie of the Year?
My role is to make plays whenever my job is called.
You did right there.
Whatever that consists of. I talked to Clint so much during the offseason. He talked about being kickoff, special teams, kick return, doesn't matter. I feel like at any time you can have an impact on the game, put a signature on the game, just by being on the field at any time.
I've noticed in doing your last few games before this one that with Tiger running long as the high motion man and Ryan McDaniel clearing out across the middle, they're leaving a lot of room for you to operate underneath, and you certainly broke out this week.
Well, then you got to have to pick your poison. Tiger 1,700 yards this season. He's going to get some attention. Teams are going to start to double team Tiger a little bit, play off of him and zone him up a little bit. Dan's doing a good job finding underneath coverage and zone, and what we're doing is running after the catch, and that's some of the things that you have to do to beat zone.
Well, I think you had 7 catches for 113 yards, 3 touchdowns, which is 7 coming into the game, plus including the kickoff return. Now, there have been a number of guys that have had to go back and take the ball off the net this year. It was your turn, and will that be something you do for the rest of the year, do you think?
We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited to do it. I hadn't done it in a while. Kind of getting used to it a little bit, running with the ball in my hands. But kick return did a good job, set up left, and I was able to get to the wall. Follow Larico all the way to the end zone.
Now, you're originally from Phoenix?
Right.
And played your college ball not far from there. Where was that?
University of Arizona, down in Tucson, about 90 miles south from Phoenix.
And still make your home there?
Yeah, I do. I still live in Phoenix in the off season. Hopefully get a chance to coach this season.
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Be a coordinator down in a high school, local high school down there in Phoenix. So.
Your old high school, or?
Not an old high school, which is sad, but it's a Tempe High School, which is about 20 minutes from my old high school.
Well, that's great. You're in your 30s, so you're thinking about your future now a little bit?
Thinking about more of my future a little bit. Can't play the game forever, obviously, but I'm definitely going to play until I can't play anymore, and then we'll see what happens after that.
So while you're playing for the Soul right now, are you kind of paying attention to what Clint's doing, how he coaches, trying to maybe pick up some hints from him? And
it's funny because I ask Clint plays that have nothing to do with receiver, and I don't think he knows why I'm asking those questions, but I ask him just to see maybe what's the detail of an O-lineman or what's the detail of a cornerback, just getting the whole emphasis of the whole entire game. I think betters you at your position.
Nice. Before we get away from this year, though, there's a championship to be won. How are you feeling about the Soul right now, obviously on a hot streak?
We're warm. We're hot. We got some bumps and bruises. We got some guys that need to get healthy. But other than that, I think we're on the right track. And as long as we don't beat ourselves, I think it's going to be tough for a team to come in and beat us.
I don't want to say he's the number 3 receiver on this team. He's one of 3 receivers that are doing a lot of damage around the AFL. Keep it up.
Thank you.
When we come back, a guy who's doing a lot of damage on defense and has for the last couple of years, Brian Robinson from the Soul Defense. It's the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
Want to really celebrate independence? Now get 2 years or 30,000 miles of maintenance included at Hyundai's 4th of July sales event. Take home a Sonata, J.D. Power and Associates' most dependable midsize car for $179 a month, or an Elantra for just $139 a month. And we'll give you 2 years or 30,000 miles of maintenance, but only for a very limited time, because this event ends July 7th. Head to your local Hyundai dealer today.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Hi, I'm Tony Mitchell, Brinker Simpson & Company, Certified Public Accountants. We offer comprehensive financial compliance and tax services. As Philadelphia's leading tax and advisory firm, we let our clients say it best.
Tony and his team at Brinker Simpson provided the expertise of a large accounting firm, but didn't forget their small business roots.
Brinker Simpson has a clear business vision that looks beyond spreadsheets and numbers and sees opportunities.
At Brinker Simpson, firm relationships build success.
Scott, he do a great job for us, whether it be, the steak meat, the lobster, everything is our own brand. It's a testimonial to Foods Galore.
Service is what's made our company. Loyalty, reliability, honesty. Your growth was one of the main reasons why I evolved in the business.
People look at Chicky and Pete as a success story, but it's actually your success story. It works just like a marriage, because I still have my wife and I still have you.
And now, the stop pain stop of the game.
Easy run. Receivers right side, third and goal from the 5. Here's Deeker into the backfield. Rolls left. He's drilled. The ball comes loose. Does Philadelphia have it? I think they do. It is Philadelphia football. Chris Deeker from his blind side. There was nowhere to go. He had a guy in front of him. He had a guy to the left. He had a guy behind him. There was nowhere to go. And Chris Deeker was hit hard. We got a
Fance gets through, jars the ball loose. Gooseby always seems to be around the ball, scoops it up. It's the stop pain stop of the game, and we thank another of our key sponsors, Stop Pain. But our main sponsor, of course, for the Soul Insider is Foods Galore right here at Chickies and Pete's. inside the Parx Casino. And now with another candidate for the second year in a row for the Defensive Player of the Year in the AFL, Brian Robinson, big number 12, local guy. I didn't know if you could top last year, but you're on your way to doing it right now, big guy.
Yeah, I'm fortunate right now. Been put in a lot of good situations. The team's playing well on defense, so I'm just kind of capitalizing off of that. Secondary's really meshed well this year. We thought it might be an issue not having Kent back, but James Romaine and David Richardson just kind of filled right in, and we've been rolling ever since. So it's just been rolling for me individually. So.
And even bigger so, Dustin Barno, who's been on the nose for you for a couple of years, out for the year with the biceps injury, and you've had to move some guys around, and there's Calvin filling in at the other defensive end for Keith Brown.
That's right.
He got through for a big play.
Yeah, he did. Calvin's the guy he's just been working hard. He's been here since camp. He's been working hard, trying to bide his time, and he kind of got an opportunity when Markeith went down with the foot injury to kind of show his stuff, and he just stepped in and didn't miss a beat, you know. And these last couple of weeks, I think he's had like a sack or so. I think he skipped one game where he didn't have one because it got called back, but he's just been rolling, man, and he's picking up the game well for a rookie, and he's just coming along.
Maybe surprising some because he's an unknown, but you're not anymore. For the second year in a row, you're right there at the top in sacks and tackles for a loss, so they must have giving you a lot of special attention when they set up their blocking scheme.
You would like to think so. It's only so much they can do in this game. You know, I see a lot of different things, a lot of three-step we get to see when we're on our pass rush game, and a lot of teams don't like to set the quarterback back there for long periods of time, so it's a lot of things that they try to do, but me as an individual, I just try to get there as fast as I can.
We haven't had the chance here on the show to congratulate you for a really big day in your life. You took a big step, and I'm not talking about playing professional football. You're a professional husband now, right?
Yeah, that's.
What was the big day?
May 18th. It was the week of the Orlando game.
Yeah, and your bride is?
Dawn Robinson now. Dawn
Robinson, right?
now.
That's right. Have you guys known each other for a long time?
We've known each other since high school, so it's going on like 13 years.
Is that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
High school sweethearts, as they say. Did you go to prom together? No, you've just known each other back then.
She was with somebody else. I was with somebody else during high school, but kind of took notice of each other, and when we got a chance to meet up further on in life,
that's nice.
We did so, yeah.
So you've settled in the area?
Yeah, right now we're staying in Jersey, looking to kind of move up in the Pennsylvania area, over in Delaware County maybe, but we don't know. We're just eyes open right now, just living life, having fun.
Well, your mailbox is going to be filled with real estate agents trying to get your business now. Hey, real quick word from you on your feel for this Soul team and how it's starting to gel right now as you come down the home stretch.
I mean, you said it perfectly. We're starting to gel, and everybody's hitting the stride at the right time. I think last year we talked about it. We hit it kind of early and we died out late. I think this year we hit it prime time. I think we're ready to roll into these playoffs. We got some good quality opponents coming up here these next 4 weeks. We're just going to try to play playoff style football and see where we go from there.
Well, you've guaranteed yourself at least one home playoff game. Now you try to run down Jacksonville in the standings. Jacksonville is off this week. You can tie them in the standings with a win over Chicago. Good luck, Brian.
Thank you. Appreciate
Brian
it.
Robinson chasing in on that coveted Defensive Player of the Year award that maybe he should have gotten a year ago. Maybe he gets his. Maybe the Soul gets their Arena Bowl championship this year as well. We look ahead to next week and the road ahead with the general manager of the Soul, Tom Goodhines, when we come right back on the Soul Insider.
Ticket packages are available for the next Soul home game. Call the ticket office at 888-789-SOUL or PhiladelphiaSoul.com.
Ron Jaworski here for Stop Pain, the topical pain reliever I reach for when I need to stop pain cold, because nothing lasts longer. Stop Pain helps manage the pain associated with a vibrant, healthy lifestyle. So when you need fast pain relief that really works, look for the red stop sign to stop pain in its tracks. Stop Pain is available in gel, spray, and my favorite, hands-free roll-on application. Stop Pain can be found nationwide at CVS, Rite Aid, Walgreens, and Walmart. Stop Pain, exactly what it does.
Ready for a little fun? you could scratch your way to instant winning. Play the Pennsylvania Lottery's new instant game, Wheel of Fortune, with 10 top prizes of $100,000 or a trip to Hollywood and an audition for a chance to be a contestant on TV's Wheel of Fortune. It's kind of fun to give your luck a spin. Keep on scratching.
Bradford White Water Heaters. American made, American owned. Built to be the best. Why would you buy any other brand? Visit BradfordWhite.com to find a contractor near you.
Remember this name, Lundy Law.
Soul Injury Report brought to you by 1-800-LUNDY Law. Remember this name. Here's a look at this weekend's game. The Injury Report brought to you by 1-800-LUNDY Law. Remember this name. And our thanks to Lundy Law, our injury report. And now with Tom Goodhines, General Manager of the Philadelphia Soul. I didn't get to the game. We didn't do the game this past week. Great job. Congratulations to you as the GM for another division championship. That guarantees you at least, one home game at least in the playoffs, right?
Division winners get to host the home games, so we'll have a home game that weekend, that first weekend of the playoffs. And then after that, it's going to be that top seed.
They try to run down Jacksonville to try and
Jacksonville, yes, correct.
Yeah. Jacksonville's 10-5 right now. You're 9-5. Jacksonville has the week off. You can tie them at 10-5, but they have the tiebreaker, right?
Correct. It goes to head-to-head. So when it goes to head-to-head, they hold the advantage. They beat us. So we would have to get a game better than them in order to get the top seed.
So there are 4 regular season games after this week for you. Same for them. They come back and play Spokane, which is a tough team.
Spokane right now is 9-4, and they're a team that's really starting to peak. And really, that Western Division, as it's been the past couple of years, is a loaded division. So they got San Jose at 10-4. They don't have to play them, but they do have to play Spokane at 10-4. So that I think that helps us out a little bit. But it all gets back to the Soul winning out and doing what we control our own destiny.
Now, I've watched you and Clint Dozzell make some tactical maneuvers with your personnel because of injuries in the last 3 or 4 weeks. You sat out Larico when you thought you could. You've done that with some other guys, with more Keith. Will you still try to play that chess game, or do you have to try, is that home field enough to let it all go here in the last 5 weeks?
No, I think right now a lot of it is controlled by your injuries and your health. I mean, a lot of it is dictated by the health of your team. You want them peaking at the right time, but sometimes those injuries force you to make the moves that you have to make. So I think we're going to have to be strategic, but at the same time be able to have the right talent on the field and keep winning.
Kickoff is this weekend at the Wells Fargo Center, 7:05 against Chicago, another division leader. With Tom Goodhines, congratulations.
Thanks, bud.
Keep the roll going. And you stay with us all through the rest of the season right here on the Soul Insider, brought to you by Foods Galore. The Soul Insider is brought to you by your local Hyundai dealer, by Walgreens Pharmacy at the corner of Happy and Healthy. Stop pain. Stop pain. Exactly what it does. Bud Light. Enjoy an ice cold Bud Light. Here we go. And Executive Auto Body, presenting sponsor of the Philadelphia Soul No Fan Left Behind program.